Hi, this is Danny Meyer in Tucson, Arizona. I've been trying to do this recording welcoming Amanda Knox back to the United States, Seattle, Washington, after being a prisoner for 4 years in an Italian jail or prison. Let me give my information. If you want to contact me through Skype, which I prefer to do on a face-to-face basis, you would have to type in William D. Marrow Jr., Tucson, Arizona, United States of America. My Skype ID is Danny, D-A-N-N-Y, period, Marrow, M-A-R-R-O-W. My email is Danny, D-A-N-N-Y, point Marrow, M-A-R-R-O-W, at gmail.com. Don't hesitate to call me on Skype. I can discuss any subject you want to discuss. If you want to talk about business, import, money lending, money investment, money lending, or exports, call me. I can help you in any of those areas. But I want to welcome this girl, Amanda Knox, from Seattle, Washington, who just got out of a prison in Italy after 4 years. She was accused of murder, allegedly had murdered her roommate, which was a British citizen, and there was there was a boyfriend, I think he was Mexican, living in Italy. He was accused, and then a man from Ivory Coast was accused. The man from Ivory Coast was convicted and sentenced to life, and then they dropped it to 16 years, whatever that means. And then the other boy, the ex-boyfriend of Miss Knox, he was sentenced to prison with her, and this past 24 hours, 48 hours, all charges, with the exception of slandering the police department against her, were dismissed, and the boy was dismissed as well, and she is now back in the United States. I'd like to welcome her back to the United States, and I'd like to encourage her to take it a day at a time, not to be quick about it. Getting back into the into the hum of life in America. I can identify with Miss Knox because I was a hostage of Muslim terrorists, a cell of Osama bin Laden, and I was chained and beaten and burned with fire and tortured for 87 days. And I'm not here to tell about my story, but I'm encouraging her to come, welcoming her back to the United States of America. Now, here's the facts of the situation. Number one, I don't know what happened at that place where this girl was brutally murdered. Neither does the police department, neither does the defense attorney, prosecuting attorney, the judge, or anybody else. The girl, Amanda, said that she was not there when this girl was killed, and there was no DNA evidence, which is what she was basically released on. And that's all that I know, and that's all that anybody else knows. The girl, Amanda Knox from Seattle, Washington, is the only one that knows if she was present in the building. That doesn't mean she was present at the crime scene. It could have been that she was present at another location when this occurred, but have rumor knowledge about what happened. And this is the thing, we don't want to rush to judgment that she escaped prison and that she was guilty. The evidence proves she's not guilty. And that's the only thing that the judge and the jurors could make a decision on. They couldn't make a decision that she did cartwheels when she was arrested at the police department. They couldn't make a decision that she had used drugs or drank alcohol or whatever. Those that had nothing to do with the crime. The crime occurred, the girl was murdered. That's what should be talked about, not what she was doing before, not that she did cartwheels at the police department. Maybe she was happy and just did cartwheels. Maybe she was just a rebellious youth and did that because she didn't like the police. And all of that has nothing to do with the crime. But 4 years in an Italian prison is enough to sober anybody, believe me. Anytime you go into a country outside of the United States, the prison system there in those countries is not like the one in America. And usually in those systems, you pull the full time your sentence. You don't get off for good behavior. You have to pull, if you're sentenced to 10 years, that's what you got to pull. Every day, every hour of it. And it's a very difficult situation. I'd also like to say that I commend the family for standing behind the daughter. And I believe it was the stepfather that actually moved to Italy and lived there so that he could visit with her every Saturday for 10 minutes or whatever it was, 15 minutes, and encourage her. And I like to encourage the family who talk to her on the phone once a week for 10 minutes. And that may not sink into the head of many Americans, but that's the way the prison systems in many countries outside of the United States work. You're having visitors, you're talking on the phone, all of that is supremely limited. And you end up basically serving your time in a room enclosed, and you're alone. You might, in some prisons, you might have a roommate, and others they have a style of imprisoning people where each person has a room, and it could be 6, 7, or 8 people in one place, but they have a private room. That's not the case in most places. So the girl needs to relax. I don't think she needs to watch television. I'm not her parents, and she's not a little girl, but I think that she just needs a quiet solitude to rest and relax and know her family and be loved by them and attended by them, and she needs to occupy her mind. I think she was in college at the time this occurred. I think she should return to college. That will help occupy her mind so that she doesn't have to remember every second for 4 years that she was imprisoned. Anyway, I just wanted, as an American citizen, to welcome another American citizen back to her home. Thank you very much. Bye.